Hi, my name is Jagdish Borah, and I am a faculty member in the departments of Social Work and Management at Assam Downtown University, Guwahati. My specialization is Human Resource Management, and I am glad to be here today to take you through the subject of HRM. In the last lesson, we had discussed about human resource planning and the need for human resource planning. To recapitulate, manpower planning consists in projecting future manpower requirements and development of manpower plans for the implementation of the projections. This planning, of course, cannot be rigid or static. It is amenable to modifications, review, and adjustments in accordance with the needs of an organization or the changing circumstances. And there are various factors which can affect this planning. And we have to see the totality of the situation and the circumstances under which we plan. Therefore, it is necessary to understand the factors that affect human resource planning, which is the topic of our discussion today. Now, HRP is influenced by several factors. The type and strategy of the organization. The type of the organization is an important consideration because of the production processes involved. For example, manufacturing organizations are more complex in planning than service industries. The company's policies and strategies relating to expansion, diversification, merger, etc., determines the human resource demand in terms of quality and quantity. So this is one of the factors which may affect HRP. Organizational growth cycle, which means at what stage is the organization in terms of its growth. The stage of an organization's growth can have considerable influence on HRP. Small organizations in the embryonic stage may practice a different approach to HRP, and they may focus on the core areas of business with rapid hiring decisions made at short notice. Now, when an organization enters the growth stage, HRP becomes more critical and urgent, and in the declining stage, planning may be done to prune the workforce. So, when the organization enters the growth stage, a more structured need for HR planning is felt. HR forecasting becomes more essential. It is carried out as critical annual exercise and demands a lot of attention and time from the management team. Internal development of people also begins to receive attention in order to keep with the growth. A mature organization experiences less flexibility and variability. growth slows down comparatively, and manpower requirements on newer business ventures in terms of expansion becomes important. While at this stage numbers may be lower, the focus on the right set of skills and competencies at the right levels within the organization becomes important. Planning becomes more formalized, less flexible, and innovative. Issues like retirement and possible retrenchment dominate planning. At the declining stage, HRP takes a different focus. Planning is done to prune the workforce. Attrition and retirements are not backfilled, and profitability of business diversion decisions might lead to retrenchment, reskilling, and voluntary retirement schemes. The fourth factor affecting HRP is the type and quality of information used for planning. Now, the information used to forecast personnel needs or HR needs originates from a multitude of sources. A major issue in personnel planning or HR planning is the type of information which should be used in making forecasts. So, what is the strategy of the organization? What is the organization structure? The budget, production schedules, and all these data have to be accurate and timely. Without accurate data, planning can go wrong. Fifth, the job market. A labor market comprises people with skills and abilities that can be tapped as and when the need arises. Thanks to the mushrooming of educational, professional, and technical institutions, adequately trained human resource is always available in the market. Nevertheless, shortages do occur. And when one talks about labor supply, the following deserve consideration: the skill levels of the labor population, the size, age, sex, and educational composition of the population, demand for goods and services in the country, and also a very important factor is the employability of the people. A person may be educated, he may have an MBA degree, but he may not be employable, or employability is low because his soft skills are lacking. So we have seen what are the factors that affect the planning process. Now, as we have said in the beginning, HRP is the first process in the total HRM process, and therefore it assumes great significance and importance. And therefore, our next lesson also will be on HRP, where we shall discuss about the process of human resource planning. So as we come to the end of this lesson, I would advise you to go through this topic from the prescribed textbook and expand the material in writing. Hope to see you in the next session.